Are you surprised to hear that Donald Trump was actually right in claiming that the summer will kill away the coronavirus? Let us examine this claim. Firstly, during the next few years, the best strategy will continue to be keep your hands away from your face, wash your hands regularly, exercise social distancing, wear masks and gloves wherever possible. But what about the hot weather? Correlation studies appear to suggest that the rate of transmission of the COVID-19 disease is lower in hotter countries. Let us take a look at countries bordering China. Vietnam, Myanmar, Thailand, and even a country with a large population such as India have registered a relatively few COVID-19 deaths so far. The same can be said about warm countries that are further away from China. Yes, Brazil has registered about 7,000 deaths so far, but that is much lower than colder countries such as the United States, Italy, or the United Kingdom. Equally, researchers at Beihang and Tsinghua universities found that as the weather grew warmer and more humid in 100 Chinese cities, the transmission rate of the COVID-19 fell. How do we explain this fall in transmission? The answer lies in the structure of the coronavirus. The virus has a fat layer around its body, making it sensitive to heat. The virus is most stable at 4 degrees Celsius or 39 degrees Fahrenheit. It is completely deactivated when exposed for 15 minutes at 56 degrees Celsius or 133 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2020, the Lancet study demonstrated that at 4 degrees Celsius or 39 degrees Fahrenheit, the virus lasted up to 2 weeks in a test tube, but when the temperature was turned up to 37 degrees Celsius or 99 degrees Fahrenheit, that lifespan dropped to only 1 day. The only trouble is, very few countries ever reach that temperature or above. On the other hand, we need to consider that there are 4 major factors that will affect virus transmission during summer. Firstly, direct sunlight. Secondly, higher humidity. Thirdly, ultraviolet radiation. And fourthly, higher air and surface temperature. So, the first factor, higher air and surface temperature, will increase the core temperature of the virus, thus undermining its performance. Secondly, higher humidity implies that there are more water molecules in the atmosphere. Higher humidity provides 2 advantages. A. If someone sneezes, these water molecules act as a barrier to the distance covered by the sneeze droplets containing the virus. B. The sneeze droplets will also absorb the water molecules, leading them to become heavier and fall on the ground and surfaces. The third factor, ultraviolet radiation from sunlight, can damage the DNA of the virus and its ability to replicate. Finally, sunlight is made of photons. Under direct sunlight, the virus will absorb much of the photons hitting it, consequently raising its core temperature. This will damage the fat layer protecting the virus, thereby damaging the genetic material of the virus. None of these 4 factors are strong enough to reduce virus transmission. For instance, under direct sunlight in freezing temperature will do very little to harm the virus. But in summer conditions, a combination of all 4 factors will inevitably have enormous impact on virus transmission. We can thus conclude that even though summer will not completely stop the virus transmission, but as a consequence of the 4 factors just described, virus transmission will be greatly reduced in the upcoming summer in the northern hemisphere, including countries such as the United States, India, and those of Europe. There will certainly be no need to decontaminate cities in summer. In a country like India, The major killer is poverty and poor healthcare, but not the virus on its own. India must return to full economic activity soon. Summer will provide relief in Europe and the United States, so that with care and caution, a gradual easing of restrictions can be implemented. People should be encouraged to wear a mask in enclosed spaces such as workplace, schools, shops, transport, etc. You may remove your mask in open spaces that are exposed to direct sunlight in summer, including the beach or a park, but only and strictly only when you are under direct sunlight. Thank you for watching and listening. Please leave your comments below and tell us what you think.